So why is the stock market selling off right now? What's going on, team? It's Ricky with a quick stock market update. I hope that you learned something new. And if you do, I hope that you can consider dropping a thumbs up and subscribing if you feel like we earned it. So there's an unemployment report that was released today. And with that unemployment report, it told us based off of expectation, which was 3.5% of unemployment, if we're going to be above or below. One of the things that you have to understand is the Federal Reserve has been trying to slow down the economy. By raising interest rates, they make it more expensive to borrow money and to simply just run business. With this, we would hope that people would begin to create, or businesses would begin to create less jobs. But based off of the current report, it pretty much was based off of expectation. And what I mean by that is, well, let me go ahead and show you very quickly. So if we look at the overall economic calendar, we could see that the unemployment report that was released 1 hour before the market opened, this one was released 1 hour before the market opened. The expectation was 3.5%. We could see the unemployment report right there, and it was reported at 3.7%. I thought this article just did a very nice job breaking it down and explaining exactly what that meant and how the market digested what it was that was shared. So for the third straight week, we saw a decline on August job report, but this means that we didn't see a decline as we wanted to, right? The Federal Reserve really wants to see that the economy is beginning to slow down. And if they don't see that, then they're only going to increase the rate in which they raise interest rates. So originally, after the last CPI data report in the month of July that was released, it was the idea that, inflation has finally peaked, so the Federal Reserve can kind of chill out. Based off of the last meeting or speech that Jerome Powell had, he said they have no intention to slow down and they want to tackle, inflation head on, right? And by this means that, the 0.75% and maybe even a full basis point interest rate hike is not out of the question, especially after skipping the month of August. So I think this is where the fear is, right? What does this job report tell us? It tells us that yes, we are seeing our economy weaken a little bit based off of the 3.5 expectation, but we saw a 3.7% of unemployment rate. So we saw a nice little increase. But the Federal Reserve wants to see a much larger increase. And if they don't see that, then that means that they will only raise interest rates more aggressively and quicker over the next couple of months. This is what is being injected into the market, not only just with the overall NASDAQ market, but I want to show you the VIX. The VIX is known as the volatility or the fear index. It follows the S&P 500. And you can see that the VIX began to quickly rise anytime that fear begins to get injected into the market or volatility begins to get injected into the market. We see a rise and then markets begin to drop. You can see that it's beginning to show signs of a resistance. Once we begin to see this decline, then we will most likely see QQQ rise up. Now, one of the things that I wanted to share with you guys very quickly is I made a video earlier today showing that I was up over $14,000 with my TQQQ position. I talked about why locking in profits and why reducing position size is always super important due to uncertain times. A lot of people in the comment section will always try to say that I sell too early or that I try to play it too safe or that I'm going to miss out on a rally. Today is a perfect example. My job is to be consistent. My job is to play it safe. My job is not to predict the future. My job is to prepare for it. So with that being said, who would you rather be like? Someone that plays a very aggressive approach and tries to risk it for the biscuit and then rides their position all the way back down, going from a green trade to a red trade, just like all of the trolls, or at any indication of a resistance that you don't hesitate to lock in profits if your original intention was to trade that stock. You should never be in fear of missing out if your intention was to lock in profits at any indication of a resistance. And today was a perfect example of this because now that the market pulled on back, people like myself that reduced position size at that $28, $29 price level, we can now wait for TQQQ to establish a support level. It's pulled back enough that I now have all this cash and I can buy the dip. The only people that freak out and the only people that get upset are those that simply did not prepare. So ask yourself, who would you rather be like? The people that are hopeful and that do not prepare, or the people that are calculated, that are never afraid to lock in profits and always prepare for worst case scenario. Things can get better, or things can get worse before they get better. We're going over this 4-day weekend. So again, understand that this could also be another reason on why there might be more selling pressure just to lock in profits as we go into that weekend, that 4-day weekend. But again, I'm here to answer any questions you might have. I'm still preparing to buy the dip on the long-term quality companies that I see value in. And I'm not here to try to time the market perfectly with those long-term trades, as I will never, but just making sure that I'm at least invested at these oversold levels and not afraid to do so. So if you have any questions about trading and or investing, I hope that you know that you can always send me a direct message via Discord, and that's that first link down below. If you want to also send me a message via Instagram, feel free to follow me, and that's that third link down below. And friendly reminder, that is my only Instagram account, and yes, I am verified. The last thing is, we are running again our Labor Day sale. It's our biggest sale that we offer. It's $150 off for this 4-day weekend, and that's that second link down below. So I shared my live trading session today of how I made over $10,000 trading TQQQ. Again, if you want to join my team and you want to see me trade live every day, it's our biggest sale. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access, and you get to watch me trade live every single day at market open. So that's that second link down below. I appreciate your time. I hope that it earned your thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.